Hi, it's Danielle here from the Teaching Entrepreneur Association, and I wanted to talk to you today about how to cost your course, because it's something that you can get very right or unfortunately get very wrong. You don't want to try and sell your course and it be so expensive and more than anybody else doing a similar thing that you can't possibly go ahead and get any students. But on the other hand, you don't want it to be so cheap that it's costing you money practically to run it. So I thought what we'd do is talk about how to kind of get it right. And when I say kind of, it depends on all the different things that you'll have going on in your course. So we're going to look at what we call fixed costs and also variable costs. So what are fixed costs? Fixed costs are those that you can't change. So for example, they could be things to do with the venue. So the venue, they will charge you whatever it is, whether they charge you by the hour, some charge by the day, sometimes by half a day, and some charge by the delegate. So whatever it is that you do, that is a cost that is fixed, and you have to, whatever you do, whenever you run that class, you've got to get that cost back. Another one would be the fee that you're going to charge to deliver the course. That's also a fixed cost. So by that, what I mean is you might decide that for this particular course, you're going to charge £30 an hour, or it might be 50, or it might be $75, for example, for the hour, depending on what you teach. I know some people who charge £300, £400, £500 a day. Some people charge $700 a day. I know somebody who charges for one day $7,500. Oh, if only I could do that. But you see what I'm saying. So you have to decide what you think the market will take, what other people are charging that are doing a similar thing to what you're doing. So obviously you're going to have to do your research there. But that too will be a fixed cost that won't change. Okay, there are sometimes, and I will, if you look at the tutorial that we've got in the membership site, which is all about costing your course, you'll see some more information on how to get that fee right. Okay, so moving on, what is a variable cost? So a variable cost is a cost that will go up or down depending on different things that are going on. So let me give you an example. Resources is a really good one. So in terms of resources, what resources are you going to need for that course to run successfully? So it could be that you need everybody to have an item. So it might be a block of wood, or it might be, if you're doing wood carving, or it might be knitting needles and wool if you're doing that. It might be that everybody needs a laptop, and I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that you go and buy a laptop. There's lots of other things you can do. Or it might be something as simple as secateurs if you're doing, say, a gardening class. So in terms of that, what I mean is, where it'll go up and down is, yes, you need 12 pairs, but it might be that you've already got some pairs of secateurs, and so you need less of them. Or you might say to the students, actually, students are going to bring in their own secateurs, so you don't need to provide them. So it depends. This is a variable cost depending on what you actually need. And it may be that you buy 3 for this course, and then next course you buy another 3. So again, the costings may change, and it also depends on the number of students you've got. So that's a bit of a variable one. Another one is marking. Are you going to do some marking of work? Some people may give you loads, some people may give you a little bit. So that could go up and down depending on which course you're running. Another one could be also photocopying. Photocopying can cost a fortune. So you need to build in how much photocopying you want to do, whether you're going to print some out on your printer, whether you're going to go out and get somebody to photocopy it, whether you have access to a photocopier. So again, it's a variable cost. So what you have to do then is you get your fixed costs and your variable costs. And what you do is you add these two together. So let me give you an example. Say the fixed costs were 500. I'm saying 500 as opposed to pounds or dollars or whatever, so it depends on what you're working in. But say it was 500. And then you've got your variable costs, and say they were, I don't know, 75. So that's together £575 or dollars. Then you've got to think about what your profit is going to be, because obviously you want to make a little bit of a profit on that. So think about how much your profit could be. So in this case, I've just put, perhaps it's a 10-week course of 2 hours each week. So we've got 575 with our fixed and variable costs. Our profit, say, is going to be 300. So altogether, that would be 875, about £875. So if that was £875, then you divide that by the number of students you've got. So it'll come out, I don't know, about £70, something like that, per student, if I've done my maths right. I'll just check that with the calculator. So get your calculator out and just check it. So if we said 875, and then we divide that by 12 students, and it comes up 72, nearly 73. So give or take, that's how much you would charge each student to come on your course. So I hope that makes sense, and it gives you a little bit of an idea as to what to do and how to cost your course. One of the biggest things you can do, though, is to do some research. Find out what are other people charging that are running similar things, or perhaps if you can't find anybody in your area, go on the net. Google is brilliant for all of this. Google it, find out what other people are charging, and think about what you potentially could charge for your courses.